So a lot of what I do on this channel is talking about not just who I think is good, but what I particularly value. And it does seem that, as it is with everybody in football, people value different things. There's certain defenses that we think would be better than other defenses. So I thought it could be a fun video for me to just talk about what kind of defense would I try to create if I was a general manager, which of course will never happen and probably should never happen because I have some awful takes sometimes. But you know what? I think I have a couple good ones here and there. And so hopefully this is one of them. So basically, I think my ideal defense would be a cover two zone based defense. Not obviously you have to be able to do everything in today's NFL. You can't just run one defense, but I think that really what can be so effective is a defense that can stop the run while still playing two safeties deep. I mean, we saw this with obviously the best example, I would say, was Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl most recently. They could stop the run, they could play two safeties deep, and Kansas City didn't even try to run. So I would say maybe not the perfect example, but it kind of goes to show if you don't have a running game and another team is playing two safeties deep against you, you're going to be in trouble. So I think New Orleans, this is a huge way they've had success these past few years is by playing two safeties deep, but also being able to stop the run with those big bodies up front. So I decided it could be fun to just look across the league and come up with the exact players I would put in this defense. These would be my starters. So for edge rushers, Myles Garrett and Khalil Mack, they're guys who can get consistent pressure and also can stop the run, which again, that's important for me is complete players. And then also for defensive tackles, I'm going to go Aaron Donald because you have to go Aaron Donald. How would you not? And then also Vita Vea, which kind of goes to really proving my point of a guy like Vita Vea can just sort of take on two defenders at once. It's really hard to run. It would be impossible to run against that kind of front four, and even more difficult because my two linebackers would be Levante David and Darius Leonard. So basically the mindset is those are two guys who can play coverage, but also great run stoppers. So they can do it all, which again, that front six, people say front seven. Front seven is a thing of the past. It's a front six at this point. You don't use a front seven typically. So I think that with this front six, it would be great at stopping the run. Yeah, I probably would play a base 4-3 more than 3-4. I think 4-3 makes more, but you could do 3-4 also. Probably a mixture of the two. The main thing I would want though is just the two safeties deep, which plays better in a 4-3. I think. I guess 4-2, but and then so for my safeties, I would have Minkah Fitzpatrick and Tyrann Mathieu. I think that Fitzpatrick rangier and Mathieu is someone who, in Kansas City, they like to play two safeties deep. And a big way Mathieu can do this kind of thing is sort of by, moving in and he can stop the run along with create a big play because I like to see guys who can make big plays. Now for corners, it's a bit interesting because I don't necessarily need the best corners, although obviously I want really good corners. I more so need guys who would fit the system, who would sort of be good zone corners, not just good man corners, although I would want guys who can play man. So Jalen Ramsey is an automatic yes for this system that just fits it. And I think Tre'Davious White, he's good at everything, but he can definitely play zone as well. And, maybe not the fastest corner, but he doesn't have to be with two safeties deep. Fitzpatrick behind him, he's good. And then you have Bryce Callahan as the nickel corner. I think he's probably the best nickel corner in the league. So getting him there, he can play the inside. This way, you sort of have a really good secondary. Obviously, if I built this kind of defense, I would never be able to pick my best 11 guys that I would want. Particularly, I just thought that would be fun. But that's the kind of defense that I value. And I could definitely see that happening where teams love to get these deep passes. Well, the reality is, ask the analytics guys. They'll say the way you win football is by getting a lot of explosives. The way you lose is by giving up explosives. So the cover two zone, you're giving up explosives. And then you build a good defensive line and front six that can stop the run. Well, now you're good, even with not having as many people in the box because you can at least sort of make it difficult. And all you have to do is stop one run. And now it's 2nd down and 10. And now they're probably going to have to throw it twice. And now there's two safeties deep. So that's difficult. So that's basically the way why I like it. You make the other team work a lot more to get their points. So yeah, that's basically the video. I thought it'd be fun. Let me know, what do you guys think? Do you agree or do you disagree? Would you do a different defense? And if you would do this defense, is there maybe someone, you don't have to say your entire 11 because those comments can get kind of long, but maybe just say what you would have instead. Who would you put in your 11 that I didn't put in mine? And what kind of defense do you think works the best? Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.